Hello, everybody. TBI-Guy speaks. Chad Klosterman. You know all the rigmarole if you've been paying attention to it. This week, it's going to be a Motivational Monday on a Sunday. Oh, yeah. So what we got to remember is, after going through something like this, whether it's a head injury, whether it's, losing an arm or a leg or whatever the case may be, we got to be positive about life. We cannot be down about, oh my gosh, I can't do this anymore. I can't do that anymore. You got to get that mindset out of your head, because I know from experience, obviously, that I went through a time of that as well. Thinking on so many levels, well, I can't be an engineer anymore. I can't, ride four-wheelers anymore, which I actually should anyways, but that's beside the point. I can't bowl anymore. I can't golf anymore. Whatever. It's all garbage, because regardless, we can still do that stuff. It's just not going to be as good, and you have to make adaptations. And that's just the way life is. We always have to change how we do things due to the situations in life that hit us every day. So you always got to keep a positive mind. Yeah, we hit those times where we get down and we just forget that, and we think that we're not worthy of anything, but that's not true. God is telling us every day that we're worthy, and we just have to be paying attention to it, because there is always something. We get down on ourselves. Don't do that.
His grace is sufficient.
His grace is sufficient. That is very true. For my camera lady, my producer, she's smart. But anyways, things change, obviously. I was an engineer. Now I'm a salesman. It's a good thing. We worry about what we used to be instead of who we are. If we focus too much on who we used to be, we're going to live a very miserable life. Don't do that. Think positive. Think about the things that are going on that's good for you in your life. My wife, my son's accomplishments of what he's been able to do.
His faith formation.
His faith formation is unbelievable. And my faith formation was extremely enhanced by my wife when she went through RCIA and became a Catholic. She brought her knowledge and what she was learning into me at a later age in life, and it made a lot more sense to me rather than when I was a kid, because I didn't pay attention a lot. Go figure. But on the other end of that, it's so much better, and we learn to appreciate what's really important in life. And I know I've said this before. It's not the house you live in, the car you drive, or the money in your bank account. It's your faith, your family, your friends. That's the number one thing you got to pay attention to. And don't beat yourself up. Don't let other people beat you up. It's just one of those things where we need to try to relax about that stuff, ease our minds, and pay attention to God, because He'll always be there for you. You just have to make sure that you're listening and paying attention to when He comes and does what it is and answers your question. Because we don't always like the answer that we get, but we usually figure out the reason for it and why it turned out the way it did. And I can think of so many things in my life that had been that way, that, the whole why questions, and they've always been answered. Sometimes I didn't like the answer, sometimes I did. And no matter what, when I got the answer, after time, I realized that it was better that it worked out that way in the long run. So, once again, don't worry about it. Understand that things are different. Things are difficult. But you can overcome any of it.
And give it to God.
And give it to God. I've given so much to God as far as, why I'm doing this or why I'm doing that or why this happened or why that happened. And if you sit back on it and think about it and really study how everything laid out or was laid out and played out, you'll realize a lot of things.
Start to see God's hand in everything.
You definitely start to see God's hand in everything. See, this is why she's such a great producer, because she throws in her 2 cents, which is actually worth more than like 2 cents, like maybe 5 cents. But regardless,
on a good day,
it's worthy. So because I'm a rambler, and we all know this. I'm a rambler.
What?
And I repeat things too. I know, it's crazy.
Give it to God, and love, and just
love yourself.
Yes.
Don't hate yourself because you're not who you used to be. You're somebody different for a reason.
Or don't hate yourself because you're not who you compare yourself to.
That's a big one. We definitely compare ourselves to, 1, our old selves, and 2, others. And we often are asking ourselves, well, I wonder what they think of me. The problem is you're thinking that way. Don't care what other people think of you, because they don't understand you. And some people will understand that they don't need to think about you like that. Some people accept you just the way you are. And those are the people that you want around you anyways. Because the people that judge you usually don't have a clue as to what it is that you're going through or what you went through. Nor do they care to really try to understand it or even ask questions about it. So don't worry about those people, because it's not worth your time anyways. But keep your head held high. Always strive for improvement in whatever it is that you do. And always trust God in the way things turn out, because there is a reason for it all. And I wholeheartedly believe that. Granted, like I said, when I was a kid, I didn't pay too much attention in CCD, but lo and behold, now I teach CCD, which is the Catholic Bible study for kids. I teach a 6th grade class, so it's definitely different, but it also helps me in my faith, and if I can help make a difference in somebody else, that's what I want to do. Obviously, that's why I do these videos, and I'm really trying to get more subscribers. You guys need to get out there and talk to some people. Say, hey, look, you need to check this guy out.
I know he repeats himself a lot.
Because I repeat myself a lot. And you can laugh about it, like my producer does. She laughs about it. But hey, you never know. Because one time I might just say something that you weren't expecting. Actually, that's a lot of times. But that's neither here nor there. But at any rate, we're going to cut it off for the evening. And please, anybody, if you have any questions, a topic for discussion, or a question for anything that you are curious about me being able to do. And that's one thing I forgot to do, is show everybody how I run a snowblower with one arm.
That's interesting.
Because that's interesting, and I didn't think about it till after I did about the whole block. Not the whole block, but our street, down the block, down the cul-de-sac, and then back up the block. So basically my road from sidewalk, but that's beside the point. It's because it's fun. I got a toy, and when it snows out, I get to play with it. So, hey, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to just do my 20-foot section, 25-foot section in front of my house in my driveway. I'm going to do more just because.
It's fun.
It's fun. My wife even likes to do it.
Until you can't feel your hands.
Yeah, that is true. When you can't feel your hands anymore, then it's not fun. But I will have to put that on there for next time. Even if it's not snowing at the time, I will show you how I do it. Just because. It's innovation. It's innovative ideas on how to overcome obstacles that we have in our lives due to something like this. So, until next week, like I said, if you have any suggestions, any ideas, shoot me a comment on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you happen to see this at. TBI-Guy Speaks.webs.com, TBI-Guy Speaks on Facebook, on YouTube, and on 419 News. So check it out, and we will see you all next week. Have a great week.